Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. Today I want to share my Kringle Spring and Summer 2026 haul with you all. These candles will be launching on Thursday, March the 5th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. First out of the box is Citrus Blossom and Honey. Citrus Blossom and Honey has notes of orange flower, mandarin, honeycomb, warm beeswax, ozone, sea salt, neroli, and musk. Oh, this is a very beautiful orange blossom scent. I feel like if you enjoyed Easter petals from last year's Easter launch, that is the type of orange blossom neroli floral fragrance note that I get from this candle. And it has a nice sweetness to it from the honey note. So it's not a sharp orange blossom neroli scent. But the orange blossom is at the forefront of this fragrance. So you are going to have to enjoy orange blossom floral fragrances in order to enjoy this one. I know a lot of people didn't like mandarin petals from last year. I didn't get that candle, so I can't compare them. But on cold, this one is beautifully blended and very nice. And because I enjoy coconut fragrances, I went ahead and purchased salted coconut. No, these candles were not sent to me in PR. I was able to pre-order them. That's why I have them ahead of the release. I was able to get them at a discount. This one has quite a bit of oil sitting at the top. Most of them did when they arrived. My orange blossom honey one, that one, the oils kind of settled down into the wax. So I'm going to try to read these notes without tilting the candle too much. Sea salt, coconut, cream, clove, vanilla, driftwood, sandalwood, and musk. Oh yeah, this is a nice woodsy coconut fragrance. It doesn't go into cologne territory. So it's not like, even though it has driftwood and sandalwood, it's not like a mahogany teakwood coconut. It's creamy, but it's not a sweet vanilla creamy lactonic coconut either. This is not sweet, fruity, tropical coconut. It's more of like a dry, natural, woodsy coconut. Very beautifully blended though. So if you don't like sweet coconut fragrances, or you don't like, vanilla, or you don't like tropical, like pineapple coconut fragrance blends, this is not what this fragrance is. It's really beautiful. And I would say if you enjoy coconut scents, definitely go ahead and pick this one up. So far, that's all I purchased from the spring summer Kringle line. There were some other ones that I did have my eye on. I think it was the blueberry and lavender. But I do have a lot of blueberry and lavender candles, a lot of strawberry scents, a lot of linen scents. And what was the other one? And lemon gourmands, I don't need no more. So we're going to hop into cold sniffing these 6 reserve candles because some of these are very interesting on cold sniff. Also, keep in mind the reserve line is a little bit more complex with the fragrances. So you may think you're going to get a basic scent and it'll end up being something different than what you expected. So that's what I love about the reserve line. I love the black jars. I love the labels, but the complexity of the fragrances and the scent notes and the fragrance blends always pulls me in with the reserve collection. First up, we have Minted Peony. Minted Peony has fragrance notes of wild mint, blush peony petal, lychee, pear, geranium, vanilla, orchid, patchouli, and musk. Oh yeah, this is peony forward. Peony to me always has a rose-like scent to it. There is sweetness to this fragrance from the lychee and pear. I will say the lychee note doesn't stand out as much as it does in Chiffon Parfait and Peony. That one definitely leans more towards being a Delina dupe, where this one is totally different from that one. So don't think if you have Chiffon Parfait and Peony, this one is going to be exactly like that. It's different. And I do get an undertone of mint. It's like a mint leaf and musk. So yes, this one is very unique. It's not just a straight up regular peony rose-like floral fragrance. I didn't get any of the vanilla. It says vanilla orchid. I didn't smell any geranium. I don't even think I got patchouli. Yeah, the patchouli could be there, but it's subtle. The floral is more at the forefront with this, with an undertone of the mint. It's musky, and then you get sweetness from the fruit notes. So this isn't a sharp, fresh floral. So I really like the way the lychee and pear are playing together in this fragrance. Next up is Bay Leaf and Fig. Bay Leaf and Fig has fragrance notes of bay leaf, fig, bergamot, cedar, violet, vetiver, tobacco, olibanum, and musk. Now, at first, initially, I was going to pass on bay leaf and fig, not because I don't enjoy fig fragrances, but I don't really gravitate towards them. And since I did have one that I enjoyed before from another brand, the rest of these scent notes sounded up my alley. So I decided to go ahead and give it a try. And I'm glad I did because it's definitely different than what I expected it to be. Now, this puts me in the mindset of a fall fragrance. It's more dark and moody, but not super dark and moody to where it would be like, I mean, it could pass for a Halloween scent, but it's definitely giving me more of a fall vibe on cold. And I will say, to me, this comes off a bit cologne-y. So I feel like I do get the bay leaf and the fig. It's definitely vetiver and tobacco in here. I don't really get a floral like powdery violet. I think it's more of the musk in there. So it's softening it up because it's not a sharp cologne scent, but it's definitely like rich and deep and dark. It's beautiful. Yeah, and as far as the bergamot, I do feel like I get something citrusy from it. And that bergamot pairing with the vetiver and the tobacco could be what's making this lean cologne, and it definitely leans masculine. So if you like conceptual masculine leaning scents, then you may want to give bay leaf and fig a try. Next up is pear and green tea. Pear and green tea has fragrance notes of pear, green tea, bergamot, jasmine, honeysuckle, leather, sandalwood, and amber. And I will say, this is not what I expected it to be. I just expected a fruity, a nice, juicy pear green tea fragrance. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it does have a perfumey vibe to it. I definitely get the florals. I feel like I'm getting more honeysuckle than jasmine, but the florals are definitely present. And I think them blending with the amber isn't a super present note in this fragrance, but being in there with the florals is what I think is giving this that perfumey edge. You do get the green tea and the pear, but it's definitely more of a perfumey fragrance. Like, it's not just a flavored green tea fragrance to my nose. Is there any other notes that I feel? I could see bergamot being in here. I don't really get leather. It could be in there, but it's very subtle. I feel like I'm mostly getting the green tea, the pear, the florals, and maybe some of that amber in there, because it's either the florals making it perfumey or it's the florals blended with the amber. And as far as the sandalwood, I'm not really getting a creamy woodiness like I did with the salted coconut candle. So overall, this is really pretty. Just don't go into it thinking it's just going to be a fruity green tea fragrance, because it's a bit more than just that. Next out of the box is sea salt and melon. Sea salt and melon has fragrance notes of sea salt, melon, lemon, jasmine, lily of the valley, wood, and musk. Oh yeah, this is a nice melon fragrance. Definitely cantaloupe. Definitely has that sea salt in there. Let me see what else, because it says lemon, but I'm not getting a heavy citrus. I don't even think I'm getting too much of the jasmine, wood, or the musk notes. Not on cold. Yeah, this one doesn't come off perfumey like the pear and green tea. It's nice. It's fresh. It has a nice natural fruity sweetness to it. I don't want to say spa-like, because it's not a herbaceous type of scent, but it really is like just a nice, fresh, relaxing fragrance, like fruity fragrance. So yeah, I would definitely say this one is the most simple out of the collection. The sea salt and melon notes are the main notes to me on cold. I'm not really getting too much of anything else. And sometimes I know simple is best, but it's still nice. It's really, really nice. So if you don't want to go too outside the box and you want to play it safe, I would say go with sea salt and melon. Now, I'm not usually a vanilla girly, but I did decide to give Vanilla Noir a try, because based off of the scent notes, I was expecting this to be a vanilla fragrance that leaned a little perfumey. Vanilla Noir has scent notes of whipped cream, pink pepper, bergamot, jasmine, clove, cedar, sandalwood, and musk. And honestly, to me, this just smells like a sweet, creamy vanilla ice cream fragrance. Despite those scent notes of pink pepper and musk and was it amber? No, it was sandalwood, cedar, clove, no, bergamot and jasmine. Mm-mm. And based off of the label, I almost thought this was going to be kind of similar to Vanilla Sands from Goose Creek. I know a lot of people like that one. I think that's a dupe of a popular fragrance. I can't think of the name of it right now. But yeah, this is just really nice, sweet, creamy vanilla without leaning artificially sweet scented vanilla. So this one out of the bunch is present on cold, but is definitely the more soft and subtle out of all the fragrances, which I would expect from a vanilla scent. But again, with those other scent notes, I was expecting something a little more perfumey. So this may actually be one, at least on cold sniff, that is another safe blind buy for you guys. And then last but not least, we have Cedarville. Cedarville has fragrance notes of galbanum, pineapple, sea notes, white suede, lavender, freesia, amber, cedarwood, and moss. And when I saw the label and I saw that this was a lavender fragrance, even though I do have a lot of basic lavender scents, I was expecting this to lean just a nice lavender spa-like scent. But let me tell you, on cold, it's different than what I expected it to be. It's not bad. I thought I was going to like this more than bay leaf and fig. And on cold, I actually like bay leaf and fig more than the Cedarville. But this isn't bad. It just has a lot going on with this fragrance. I will say if you do not like moss, it's a little bit of a funk in this candle from that moss note. It's like a earthy green moss that's present. So if you usually stray away from moss, you might want to pass on this one. I don't think I get pineapple. And even the lavender is subtle. I would say the cedar is more present than the lavender note. Yeah, so it's woodsy. It's like dry. I don't know how this one is really complex. Amber could be some sweet resinous amber in there. I don't even think this one leans cologne-y. It does have a masculine vibe to it though. And I know people don't like when you put gender with fragrances, but that's the best way I can kind of like explain this one. Because this is one, honestly, you will probably have to get it and try it for yourself. But if you know you don't like cedar, you don't like lavender, and you don't like moss, just stay away from this one. I got to see what galbanum is, if I'm pronouncing that right. Pineapple, I don't get anything fruity. Sea notes and white suede. I do feel like it's a suede note. It definitely has a leathery presence to it, but it's not like sharp black leather. It's more smooth suede like leather. It's complex and unique. And I like it because of that. It's just, it has a lot going on in here. A little bit more than I expected. I just expected like a lavender sea salt fragrance with some wood. That's what I thought I was going to get. But I do like how the suede is, you know, I want to say, is it a base? It kind of comes off as a base note, but it might be a mid note. And then it said freesia, but I'm not really getting floral. Yeah, definitely that suede. And I keep smelling it because it almost smells like something that was in Holiday Roast, which I think that had like a leathery suede note to it. But it's not that, it's not nowhere similar to smelling like a coffee scent. Even though that one didn't smell like straight up coffee, despite the name. And I loved Holiday Roast. So I'm curious to light this one up and see how it comes together on warm. Like I said, I don't hate it on cold. I actually like it due to its uniqueness and how complex it is. It's not a one-dimensional flat fragrance. So I would say this one is the most unique and the most different out of the collection. So if you want to step outside the box and try something different, Cedarville, I would still recommend it. You just really got to like moss and wood, cedar, especially the way Kringle does their cedar note. You have to like leathery suede notes and lavender. That's it, you guys. That's all I have for this cold sniff haul from the Kringle Spring Summer 2026 release. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope my cold sniffs were helpful. I know I won't have time to post burn review these before the launch, but if my cold sniffs were helpful for you guys to figure out what you may want to add to your wish list or possibly take off your wish list, that makes me happy. I'm definitely going to be lighting these up sooner rather than later to give you guys my thoughts about the fragrances. These will be launching at full price, so feel free, if you do not have any rewards in your account, to use my affiliate code Fragrance Junkie. I will have it linked in the description box below to save 15% off of your full price items. That code does earn me a small commission, so please only use it if you are comfortable. If you happen to like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and until next time, bye.